Sean Sewell is a shot put thrower. He wants to compete at the 2016 Paralympic Games in Brazil. In order to get there, he needs the right wheelchair. He's come to this garage just outside of London where two retired engineers are designing one especially for him. David Sheffield and Doug Watt are making sure the wheelchair is a perfect fit for his body.
We expect it'll be more like that.
They consider details about the length of his legs, the arc of his feet on the footrest, and the angle of his back when he's sitting. Sewell has brought in a clip of himself throwing, so the engineers can watch how he moves and also take that into consideration. It's all about helping him maximize as an athlete, says Sewell.
I believe it's going to make a huge difference. You know, I'm throwing really well with the frame that I have now, which is not right for me. So to have something right is only going to help and improve my distance.
Sheffield and Watt are among some 1,000 people who volunteer for the charity Remap, designing technology that helps the disabled. They do it in their own garages, for free, usually using their own materials. Sheffield says this chair they're working on is adjustable and will be used as a template for future athletes.
We were asked to make a chair which was totally adjustable in every way, so that we could then use it not only just for Sean but for other athletes, and then we could find the exact correct positions for them, the way they sit, the way they hold the pole, the way they lean back and so on. And then once that's all set up and we fixed it all, then we would then make them a chair just for them with those dimensions, if you like, and those features.
Peter Perry is chairman of trustees at Remap. He says its volunteers have built devices for 3 athletes competing in this year's Paralympics. He says it's not like other work they do, not least because there's a large book of rules about what technology is allowed.
We can help them support themselves. We can provide them with a pole, as you saw, to help them balance their body. But what we can't do is have things like springs or hydraulics or so on, which would give them an unfair advantage, because then it becomes a battle of who can make the best device rather than who is the best athlete.
Perry says with wheelchairs, it's easy to spot any cheating.
It is relatively easy to check. For instance, the pole that Sean holds has got to be rigid. It's not allowed to bend and give him any spring. Similarly, the back of his seat has to be rigid. Now, those are fairly objective tests which you can put on. Really, where the problem is likely to come is in things like the running blades, where the amount of force on those is enormous, and the use of composite laminates is both expensive and can give an advantage by using different materials for a different person.
And he says with technology advancing, it could become a more difficult terrain to monitor. Selah Hennessy for VOA News, London.